I want to talk about how your anxieties might be hiding. And when I first say that, you might think, okay, come on, that's not true at all. My anxieties are right at the front of my thinking, and I can't get away from them. And I understand that. Yet at the same time, sometimes it's not unusual for us to be a little unsure what exactly we're anxious about. That's why you hear people use words like gloom, cloud, or weight to kind of picture this general anxiety hanging over us or around us. And so there may be some particular things that you're very clearly know what you're anxious about. But there may also be quite a bit of anxiety that's more just like this nebulous cloud hanging around you. There's an intriguing phrase in Psalm 139:23 that helps us with this. It says, "Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts." Now the ESV has a footnote for the word thoughts that says, or cares. And if we look at other translations, most of them translate it with a word like concerns or anxieties. The Hebrew dictionaries support this too. They say that this is referring to disturbing thoughts or anxious thoughts. Now, Hebrew scholars aren't certain where this word came from, but one of the major possibilities is that it's from a word that can refer to divisions or branches. And that brings to mind a couple interesting pictures. First of all, your thoughts might be divided, going this direction, then going that direction, sometimes even contradicting each other, like, oh, it's going to be fine. Oh no, doom is coming. Everything's okay. Oh no, now what happened? I should make this big decision to get ready. No, stay calm, don't do anything. So we might have that kind of divided thinking that's common when we're anxious. Or that picture of branches is interesting too. Our thinking can branch off like branches, this direction and then that direction and then that direction. If you look at a tree, how easily can you trace each individual branch? It ends up being quite a tangle up there, doesn't it? And our thinking can be a lot like that too. So our thinking in an anxious time can branch out in all sorts of directions and result in quite a tangle so that we're anxious, but we're not even especially clear what we're anxious about. So what Psalm 139 says is, try me and know my divided, branching, anxious thoughts. They need tried. This is the word that means to put to the test. Our anxious thoughts need to be put to the test. And that means we need to seek to bring them out of the tangle, out of the vague cloud, and get clear about exactly what it is that we fear. What is it that we are most worried about? Picture it like running our anxious thoughts through the X-ray machine of God's Word so that we can see what's really going on with them. So if our thoughts are like a tangle of branches going lots of different directions, and if we need to take those thoughts one branch at a time and try to bring them to the X-ray of God's Word, then God's Word can then work one branch at a time. Some branches He might prune off and just get rid of. Some branches He might comfort us about those things. Some branches He might adjust our thinking so that the branch goes off in a better, healthier direction. So I hope you see what I'm saying when I say your anxieties might be hiding. And so really I would encourage you to take a piece of paper and write down some of them. Write down all of them. What exactly are you thinking? What exactly are you fearing? Now at first that sounds really terrifying to really face up to our fears. But once we've done that, then we can run them through the X-ray of God's Word, and then we can start to cast them onto Him.